This podcast, along with other fine shows, is proud to be a part of the one and only Throwback Network. Please visit at throwbacknetwork.net. Also, this episode stars Mr. Matt Lappie, courtesy of extrapod.wordpress.com. And now on with that kooky show.
Hello, my name is Zerbinator, and what you are about to hear is part of a collection of audio journals that I've been recording from 1980, and I plan to go all the way up to 1989. Tonight you're going to hear our summer special for 1982. And I have a very good friend with me tonight. His name is Mr. Matt Lappie.
Hey, Kevin, how you doing?
Good, man. Thank you so much for helping me out with this summer special.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to be covering the past 3 months.
Sounds good.
And I cannot wait to do it. We're going to cover all of the news, the technology, the music, and the movies that has happened in the past 3 months. All the information that you could ever need. And we also have a little show and tell for you as well. So since we have a lot to cover in quite more than 30 minutes, let's go ahead and begin.
Welcome to Zerbinator's 8289 podcast. This is a recorded journal dedicated to the history of the 80s. All music used in the 8289 podcast was written and performed by Manolis and can be found at www.iamanolis.com.
Ladies and gentlemen,
8289.
please take your seats.
Are you ready?
We hope you enjoy the show.
8289.
The show is about to begin. Are you really ready?
So, Uncle Matt.
Yes.
Uncle Matthew. Do you like to be called Matthew?
1982, yes.
Matthew. I love this year. This has been the best year ever.
It is a good year.
What have you?
I turned 10 this year.
Oh my gosh! How's that feel?
Know. It feels pretty good.
You're out of the nines. You're out of the single digits.
I am out of the single digits. Next is 13. Well, I've got a few years till that, but that'll be the next big milestone. You know.
That's when the teenager kicks in you.
That's right.
Well, what have you been up to for the past 3 months?
Well, you know. Every summer, I think I've told you this before, I go to Indiana and visit my grandparents.
Yeah.
Well, this summer, I learned what not to do.
Oh.
I went out with my grandfather and my uncle and my dad,
right.
And we went to my grandma's sister's farm, and we went out behind. They have a big set of woods back there, and so we decided we were going to do some target shooting. So my grandfather, he has a Luger.
Uh-oh.
So yeah. So we went out there and we were all taking turns shooting. So I took my turn and I didn't hit one of the cans, not one. Mm. So after I was done, I just kind of nonchalantly picked up the gun and slung it over my shoulder and aimed it at my uncle's head.
Oh no.
Yeah. Luckily it was empty. But I wasn't allowed to shoot the gun anymore this summer. So I learned what not to do. That's a lesson. That's a lesson for you boys and girls. Don't aim guns at your uncles or anybody for that matter.
And before your friend tells you a story about almost killing his uncle, don't ever call him Uncle Matt. It makes you feel a little freaky that you did that there. Well, Matt, what I did, I took a whole bunch of chairs from the living room and I set them all out in the front yard. Took a piece of cardboard and I wrote down free stunt show because I had seen Hooper the night before with Burt Reynolds and somebody, the guy from Airwolf.
Jan Michael Vincent?
Thank you. Very good. And but I don't know if Airwolf ever came out yet, but when it does come out, he'll be in it.
Well, he was in The World's Greatest Athlete.
Yeah.
Which was a Disney's movie.
And that came out in the early 80s, right?
Actually, I think it was in the 70s.
Okay, then. So, yeah, that happened.
Yeah, because it also had Tim Conway in it. But I digress. Your story, please.
So what I did is I set up a stunt show using my dad's ramp that he would drive the car up on when he wanted to change oil underneath. And I took my bicycle and I would jump that. I had a really nice Huffy bicycle. I have a really nice Huffy bicycle. And I jumped that, and then everybody would clap, and then I would come down around the hill. And I took, it's kind of embarrassing, but it's all I could find. I took my mom's maxi pads, the ones with the sticky part on the bottom.
Right.
And I don't know what that sticky stuff is for, nor do I know what the pads are for.
I don't know.
But I figured I used them for the right thing, and I put them on my arms and my shoulders and my knees so I wouldn't hurt myself.
Oh.
On the outside of the clothes, because it looked cool. And came down with the bicycle, and then my tree arced up. You know, it was a big oak tree. It is a big oak tree. And it arcs up, and you drive up it with a ramp. And what I do is jump off the bike, and the bike would just go flying. And that was my finale. And thank God nobody in the audience got hurt. But it was a front row seat to some awesome stunts.
That sounds awesome.
The entire neighborhood came to see that for free.
Did you make any money on? Oh, for free?
Yeah, I had to throw that in there. Well,
what I want to know is more about your bike. See, I had a Schwinn, and it had a banana seat, and it was painted to look. It was a dark blue, and it had the moon and some stars on the seat.
Right.
And I used to pretend that I was riding a spaceship when I was riding my bike. And we had and see, that was last year when I was 9. I don't do that now.
Of course.
I'm 10 now.
You've grown up now.
Yeah, I am. You know, I've got a hair on my leg now.
You what?
I do.
You have a hair down there?
Look, one hair on my leg. Look how big that is.
Gosh.
But
Man, I wish I could grow hair down there.
Yeah, well, it'll happen. It'll happen.
All right.
But yeah, I want to know more about your bike. What did it look like?
It is a Huffy Pro something. I can't remember the name, but it is a beautiful white bike with white wall tires and white tube on the outside of the tire. You know, not white tube, sorry. Nubs. What do you call that on the treads around the outside of the tire?
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, and it has a really nice, it has a real nice dark blue protection thing across that rack in the front, so when my teeth hit it, it doesn't break them. Right. And it's really neat. And this is the first time I've ever worn a helmet. And, you know, it looked kind of dorky wearing a helmet, you know, in 1982, but... You know.
But you know what I don't understand?
What?
Is why for a guy's bike does it have that bar right there so that if you fall off the seat, you're going to rack yourself?
But the women's bike doesn't?
But the women's bike doesn't, exactly.
Does
that make much sense?
Not a clue why that is so. And no, it doesn't. And I think it's rude.
It is.
And, I mean, it's helped a lot of soprano singers.
You know, I'm in my formative years right now. And if I were to hit that wrong...
Your form will change.
Yes. Yes, I might be Matilda.
Are you ready to go on to some news?
Yeah, let's see what's happening.
All right.
And now we will talk about current events.
June 12th, the Nuclear Disarmament Rally, an event against nuclear weapon proliferation, draws 750,000 people to New York City's Central Park. Jackson Browne, James Taylor, Bruce Springsteen, and Londa Rinstadt. Londa Rinstadt. She's she's the cousin of Linda Ronstadt.
That's right.
But Linda Ronstadt attended an international convocation at the Cathedral of St. John the Divine. Features prominent peace activists from around the world, and afterwards, participants march on Fifth Avenue to Central Park for the rally.
Oh wow, that's an incredible setup.
It is.
And did it work?
Too. Sure, it did.
Oh, good. We never have to worry about nuclear stuff anymore.
That's right.
It'll never stay. Well, on the same day? No, not on the same day, just backwards. And if you're dyslexic, it's the same day.
Yes.
June 21st, Prince William is born at St. Mary's Hospital in Paddington, West London. And it's the same place where the bear comes from. But also, Prince William becomes a very important person in the future.
Does he?
Well, he's a prince.
Oh. Does he have one of those yellow hats like the bear?
Yes, as a matter of fact, that and a raincoat.
I would like to get one of those yellow hats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he likes honey like poo.
He likes honey like poo?
Mm-hmm.
Like poo? Poo?
Like Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, okay. The day before my birthday, July 6th, there was a lunar eclipse. Its umbral duration was 236 minutes, and the total duration was 106 minutes, the longest of the 20th century.
How do they know it's the longest in the 20th century?
Guesswork.
That's awesome, though.
Those scientists are pretty smart.
They know stuff.
They do know stuff. They know more stuff than I know.
They become they in the future.
They?
They. Every time that something happens, they're going to say they've been testing that.
How do you know that, Kim?
Scientists.
Oh.
On July 23rd, on the movie set of Twilight Zone, actor Vic Morrow and two children actors, unfortunately, died in a helicopter accident.
That's sad to hear.
It was sad. It was. It makes you wonder, are they going to put the movie out?
So were they in the helicopter?
They actually, I think they were on the ground and the helicopter came at them.
Oh, that wouldn't be a good way to go. August 12th, Mexico announces it's unable to pay its large foreign debt, triggering a debt crisis that quickly spreads throughout Latin America.
Oh, gosh. It's weird because Mexico one day is just going to have to pay for a wall. How are they going to do that?
I don't know.
August 13th in Hong Kong, health warnings on cigarette packets are made statutory.
Oh.
So that's it. No more smoking without knowing what health implications come along. You don't want to be a dragon lady in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
For more than one reason.
And now we will talk about technology.
So technology.
What you got there, Matt?
All right. Well, Kevin, there's a drug called ceftriaxone, which is sold under the trade name Rocephin. Now, this is an antibiotic used for the treatment of a number of bacterial infections.
Right.
It includes pneumonia, ear infections, skin infections, urinary tract infections, gonorrhea, pelvic inflammatory disease, sepsis, bone and joint infections, intra-abdominal infections, and meningitis.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's also used preoperatively to reduce the risk of post-operative infections. Now, it's administered by intravenous or intramuscular injection. So that's pretty exciting. That's a lot of stuff that can help.
And it's important because the bacteria situations are really getting out of hand.
It is.
Especially after the 70s and then the 60s. And, 40-year-olds now in the 80s are coming down with all kinds of stuff that they never thought they could catch. So ceftriaxone is definitely going to help you.
Ceftriaxone.
That's what I said.
Ceftriaxone, but it's under the trade name of Rocephin.
Oh.
That's easier for you.
Well, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Well, I got something for you in technology.
Okay.
Do you know that the FCC approved AT&T's proposal for amps allocated frequencies in the 824 to 894 megahertz band?
Really?
Yes. Do you know what that means?
It's about time.
I know. And so that means eventually you could have like a 900 megahertz phone, basically. They could just say that's what it is. And that means that cordless phones are going to take over.
Cordless phones.
Yeah. That's going to be scary, dude.
That will be scary.
Dude.
Let's go into music.
All right.
I like music.
I love music.
And now we will talk about music.
Okay. On June 11th, Grease 2, starring Maxwell Caulfield and Michelle Pfeiffer in her feature film debut, was released.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
Now, I didn't care for the first one, but I think I might go check this out.
See, now I love the first one.
Really?
Oh yeah.
So can you explain something to me?
Please.
I know this isn't about Grease 2 anymore, but explain the ending of that movie to me. Why did they suddenly get into Chitty Chitty Bang Bang and start flying off into the sunset?
The reason that happened is because the way that everything was and will be was summed up in one beautiful moment of them flying off into the sunset.
Oh. See, I always thought they just got into Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
They could have. Or it was a part of the roller coaster ride of the theme park that they were playing in, which happened to be behind the school, that no one saw until the last day of school.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never understood that.
It did seem to jump away from the realities that were in the movie, and all of a sudden,
Yeah, because it is very realistic that you're just going to start singing.
Oh, we always did.
Really?
In school, always did.
Wouldn't that be really cool if in real life that happened? I'm going to go to the bathroom. I've got to pee bad. See? Wouldn't that be great?
What do you think he had for dinner? I think it was the clams.
And mac and cheese, yeah.
And then in the bathroom here, we're out of toilet paper.
Light a match.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, light a match.
It comes together like bam, lemon, and flush, flushy, flush. Well, on June 19th, Amy Grant married Gary Chapman. And that means Amy Grant is no longer available for us dudes.
Oh.
God, she's cute.
Is Gary Chapman any relation to Graham Chapman?
I don't know. I know that there's a relation to Graham Cracker.
Oh. Interesting. On July 4th, Ozzy Osbourne, he's the lead singer of Black Sabbath.
Oh.
He married his manager, Sharon Arden, in Maui, Hawaii.
Gross.
Sharon!
Now, just a minute, Ozzy.
Sharon!
Just a minute. I'm baking the bagels.
I can't Sharon!
I can't understand a word you're saying.
He's going to cheat on her one day. You watch.
Think so?
Oh, yeah. Could you live with that?
Ozzy!
I don't know.
I don't know how Archie did it.
Oh, Archie.
July 21st, a second Prince Trust charity concert is held in the Dominion Theatre in London. Boy, those charity concerts just go crazy.
Yeah.
Kid gets a trust fund and it just goes crazy. Performers included Pete Townsend, Robert Plant, Madness, Phil Collins, Joan Armistrading. Who is that Armistrading?
I have no idea who that is.
And Kate's Bush.
Oh.
I'm sorry. And Kate Bush.
She did a good song with, what's his name? Sledgehammer. Well, that hasn't come out yet. He was in Genesis. Why can't I remember his name?
I can't either. Pete something. Gabriel.
No. Yeah, Peter Gabriel.
Peter Gabriel.
He had a good song. Of course, that might have not been in 1982.
It will happen.
It will happen.
Scientists.
I bet you.
Scientists
it'll
told us.
happen. Yeah. Well, on August 17th in Langerhagen near Hanover, Germany began the first mass production of the compact disc.
Wow.
I
So
know.
we're going to have them.
We are.
They said they would come.
Build it and they will come.
Wow. Well, on the 18th of August, 4 streets in Liverpool became named after each of the Beatles.
Oh, that's cool.
So you know what that means, don't you?
What does that mean?
So that means that there's the ladybird, the scarabs, the stags, the ground beetles.
The dung beetle?
Yeah, leaf beetles, click beetles. I cannot wait to check this out.
That would be awesome. But that's more than 4.
That's true.
And you said there was only 4.
Well, 4 streets at the moment, but there's a lot of names on them.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of streets in England.
It's a lot of Beatles.
In Liverpool.
You want to go down and sing the top 10 number 1 singles for the past summer?
I can certainly try.
Let's kick it old school, my bud.
All right.
Hi.
Number 10.
Even the nights are better. Air Supply. Arista. Even the nights are better now that we're here together. Even the nights are better since I found you. Oh, even the days are brighter when someone you love's beside you.
Inside her.
Even the nights are better since I found
Oh, man. That's music to, I just got to say, that's music to make love to.
You know what? I'm crying.
I'm dying.
Crying.
I ain't lying.
Or you're frying.
There ain't no denying.
I'm done.
Number 9.
Number 9, Only the Lonely, The Motels. We lied about each other's drinks. We lived without each other, thinking what anyone would do without me and you. It's like I told you, only the lonely can play. It's like I told you, only the lonely can play. And thank you.
Bravissimi.
Thank you so much for lighting that lighter, because I really passed some bad.
Number 8.
Vacation, The Go-Go's. From IRS. Vacation, all I ever wanted. Vacation, had to get away. Vacation, meant to be sent alone.
That was wonderful.
I'm glad you liked it. That was my best Belinda Carlisle.
That, I could have sworn she was in the room.
Wouldn't mind if she was. Wouldn't mind if she was.
And
Number 7.
Hurt So Good, John Cougar, Riva Records. Or Riva, depending on how you want to say it. When I was a young boy, said put away them young boy ways. Now I'm getting older, so much older, and I long for those young boy days with a girl like you. With a girl like you. Lord knows there were things we could do, baby. Just me and you, because you make it all hurt so good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sure. You're welcome.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Number 6.
Hard to Say I'm Sorry. Chicago. Full Moon Records. Hold me now. It's hard for me to say I'm sorry. I just want you to stay. After all that we've been through, I will make it up to you.
Doom, doom.
I promise to.
Doom, doom, doom.
Mm-hmm.
No, after all we've been said and done?
No, I don't know that part.
Oh.
I did the part I know that I could think of in my head.
Number 5.
Number 5. Abracadabra.
Ooh.
By Steve Miller Band, Capitol Records. Abracadabra. I wanna reach out and grab you. Abracadabra. Abracadabra. And the coolest solo ever. Thank you. Thank you.
Number 4.
Eye of the Tiger. Survivor.
Oh,
By the Scotty Brothers.
Scotty.
The Scotty Brothers.
Oi.
Oi! Oi! Rising up, back on the street.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, did my time, took my chances. Went the distance, now I'm back on my feet. Just a man and his will to survive. Gonna skip this part inside the tiger. It's the thrill of the fight. Rising up to the challenge of our rival. And the last known survivor stalks his prey in the night. And he's watching us all with the eye of the tiger.
I'll tell you what, you're gonna love me down, we'll fight. That's right. No.
Lucky.
That was beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Number 3.
Rosanna, Toto, Columbia Records.
Did you know that song was about Rosanna Arquette?
I did not know this song was about Rosanna Arquette.
It is about Rosanna Arquette.
Wow, that must make her feel vain.
Somebody in the band was dating her at the time.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, this is for you, Rosanna. All I want to do when I wake up in the morning is see your eyes. Rosanna, Rosanna. I never thought that a girl like you could ever care for me. Rosanna. All I want to do in the middle of the night is hold you tight. Rosanna, Rosanna. I didn't know you were looking for more than I could ever be. Not quite since you went away. Rosanna, Rosanna. No, that's not how that part goes. This is that boom, 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 boom. You forgot.
I forgot.
But now she's gone, and I have to say. Meet you all the way. And then, Rosanna, you said, okay. Your turn.
Number 2.
Okay. Don't You Want Me?
Of course I
The
do.
Human League.
Oh, the song. Sorry.
The song. The Human League. A&M Records. Trying to think if I can remember how the lyrics go. Or the first part of the song. You were working at a waitress in a cop. You were working at a waitress. Okay. I'll just do the part I know. Don't you want me, baby? Don't you want me? Oh. Don't you want me, baby? Don't you want me? Oh.
I love that. You did that perfect.
I practiced for 5 whole minutes.
That was very well. It showed in your work.
Number 1.
Number 1 is going to be Ebony and Ivory, Paul McCartney with Stevie Wonder, Columbia Records. We both know that people are the same wherever they go. There is good and bad in everyone. You're learning to live, and you learn to give each other what you need to survive. Together alive. Ebony and Ivory live together in perfect harmony. Side by side
On my piano.
keyboard. Oh, no. And there it is. That is your top 10 for the summer.
Who
1982.
did you say that was?
That was both Buckwheat, Paul McCartney,
I thought it was Buckwheat. Yeah.
Igor Lindsay, and there it is. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Matt and I will go to the record store, purchase an album, and tell you what the heck it was for this summer.
Well, Kevin, last year I was listening to the Chipmunks and Weird Al Yankovic. But today I bought my first real album.
Because you're 10.
Because I am 10.
Yeah.
I am 10 now, and I have a responsibility to start listening to better music.
I totally agree.
So I bought the new album by Alice Cooper called Zipper Catches Skin.
You got an Alice Cooper record at 10?
I did. It's very interesting. It's got a bunch of words on the cover and this little itty place that looks like there's blood on it.
Uh-oh.
So, like, if the zipper would actually catch your skin. See there? I know.
I know what that means.
but it's got a bunch of good songs. It's got Zorro's Ascent and Make That Money, Scrooge's song. I Am the Future. Adaptable, I Like Girls, Remarkably Insincere. Tag Your It, I Better Be Good. I'm Alive. That Was the Day My Dead Pet Returned to Save My Life. and the best song on the album, I believe, is called No Baloney, Homo Sapien.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's kind of gone away from his usual look.
You were showing me the back of the album.
Yeah. He's got his hair kind of. I don't know if it's actually short, but he's got it set so his coif looks short.
It's tucked away.
Yeah, it probably is. But he doesn't have his telltale makeup on, and he's wearing a tie and a shirt with a collar, and he looks kind of dashing.
Dare you say dashing?
Well, he doesn't look like himself, is what I would say.
I understand.
But if you remember, I believe I've told you before that this is shortly after he had his stint in rehab and was in an insane asylum for his alcoholism.
That can get you going.
So he was probably trying to clean up his image a little bit. But yeah, this is a really good album. I highly recommend it.
Do you think that he'll stay cleaned for the rest of his career?
I think he will.
Good. Good. Me too.
I do think that once you have the disease of addiction, you always have that disease, and I think that he will find another addiction, and it'll probably be something like, I don't know, golf.
Probably.
It probably will, but you never know.
Maybe something called podcasting.
Maybe
that would be amazing.
You know what would be really cool if he had his own radio program.
That would be great.
That would be awesome. I would listen.
I would be addicted.
What about you? What'd you pick up?
I went and picked up an album by Billy Idol. Have you heard of this kid?
He's got spiky hair.
Really spiky hair.
Yeah, I think I've seen him. Yeah.
He's been on that MTV. Do you have the MTV?
Well, doesn't that start in August? At the beginning of August, right?
1981, no.
But it was August.
A year ago.
Yeah.
This is 19.
I never said it wasn't. I just said that it started in August.
So, you've seen him on the MTV then?
Absolutely.
What a safe. That was great. Well, this album is awesome. There's a song on there called White Wedding, and it's really good. Dancing with Himself. Makes you wonder, because I got in trouble for that.
Yeah, don't want to get caught doing that.
No, but this was released on an album company called Chrysalis. It's a pretty good and up-and-coming record company, produced by Keith Forsey. Incredible guitarist. This guitarist is amazing. Steve Stevens. This album is wonderful. I love it. And I love it. I think it's great, and I highly suggest you pick it up.
I will.
Sort of like a punk rock, new wave rock album. Mm-hmm. And, yep.
So is this his first album?
This actually is his second. His first album would have been Don't Stop, and that was recorded in 81. Oh. And there's even more spiky hair on that one. The one on that was a big hit was Money Money. And I think he had a version of Dancing with Myself on that as well. But it was a short album. It was only 16 minutes in length.
Oh.
And it was like a dance rock album. Produced by the same person, Keith Forsey.
And now we will talk about movies.
Well, what movie did you see there, Matt?
Well, I had a choice between two.
Uh-huh.
I had a choice between Poltergeist.
I couldn't see that yet.
No? And Zapped.
Oh.
But I decided to see Zapped because it had Chachi in it.
Oh, yeah. You got to go with Chachi.
And I had to go with Chachi.
Yep.
But anyway, the story goes that Scott Baio, he's this high school science nerd, and he got telekinetic powers through a lab accident. And he and his best friend, who's played by Willie Ames, who was on 8 Is Enough.
Yeah.
Great show.
Yeah.
They went after bullies and tried to get girls, and it was hilarious. There was this one scene where his mom is always on his case. So he has this ventriloquist dummy in his room.
Right.
And he makes the ventriloquist dummy fly at his mom. And she freaks out and brings in an exorcist and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then there's a really cool scene where he uses his telekinetic powers to fly the Star Trek ship, the Enterprise.
Right, yeah.
Flies it around. But then he ends up fallen for the girl who's not the most beautiful, but the girl who was always there. But she doesn't want him to use his powers. So he pretends that he lost his powers. But then at the very end...
You shouldn't lie to the woman.
I know, but at the very end, he shows that he actually has his powers.
What did she say?
She didn't know. He did it. He did it as a wink to us. Yeah. It starred Scott Baio and Willie Ames. I told you that.
Right.
Heather Thomas was in it.
She's hot.
Yeah. Scatman Carruthers.
Oh, I love Scatman Carruthers.
Yeah. I like him. He was Hong Kong Phooey, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Sue Ann Langdon was in it. And that's about the only other names I know. So,
that's a lot at 10 years old.
Yeah, but I enjoyed it. It said I had to kind of sneak in because it was what they call a sex comedy, you know, kind of like something like that. But I didn't think it was as bad as Porky's. Wait, I didn't see Porky's, of course.
Oh, neither did I twice.
But that's what I went and saw because when it comes down to it, you got to go with Chachi.
Oh yeah, well, Chachi is like he's the one that connected with us on Happy Days.
But you want to know something? Sure. I really felt that there was really good chemistry between Scott Baio and Willie Ames, and I really think they should do something else in a couple of years.
You think they will?
They might.
Like what?
Well, I don't know, but I bet you they could do a sitcom.
Maybe if he's in charge of something,
he could be.
Like he's running things. Then maybe that'd be a great idea.
Maybe he could be in charge of a family's life.
Huh? What's his name in this movie?
In the movie that in Zapped?
Yeah.
Oh well, his name in Zapped is Barney. Barney Springborough.
You can't do Barney in charge of something. You'll have to change it.
What? Barney, Bob.
Charlotte and
Jimmy, Chachi
in charge? No.
Chachi and
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is a great movie.
Chimichanga. I don't know.
Back to the Mexicans.
Yeah, I think that I think they should work together again, though.
I think so too.
Yeah. Do you see anything good?
I see a cat tearing up a lamp, and I'm going to throw something at him.
Whoa!
Get down. Don't take the lamp with you.
Was that you or him?
That was him.
There it was.
He got his nails caught in the damn lamp. He was after a bug that was on the light.
Nice. Was it a beetle?
It was actually the Beatles. Well, I went to the theater and there was tons to choose from. I tried to sneak into Grease 2 so that I could see, because I knew that you and I would be together and talking.
Right.
The Thing came out in June. Six Pack with Kenny Rogers and his chicken. And then...
Kenny Rogers?
Yeah.
Kenny Rogers.
And then the Little Best Whorehouse in Texas. I kind of wanted to see
Watch your mouth.
Sorry.
Watch your mouth.
Sorry. But I chose to go ahead and see E.T., which actually came out early June. And it was great. Basically, it's about an alien and a child touching fingers and complaining that it hurts. There's a lot of ouchies in it.
A lot of ouchies.
It's a science fiction fantasy film, and it was directed by Steven Spielberg. Have you heard about the Steven Spielberg?
I have heard about Steven Spielberg, yes.
And it's this movie was written by Melissa Matheson, an incredible story. And it has a very cute young girl named Drew Barrymore in it. Boy, that girl can act for her age. Henry Thomas, Dee Wallace is in it. Peter Coyote. What a strange name for a young man. Pat Walsh. And there's this dude who's in it as well, who I think is really going to take off. And his name is Elliot. So, and this thing comes out from outer space looking a lot like my great Aunt Charlotte, except with a much longer neck, but everything else is exactly the same. And the fingertip could light up. And if you put Reese's Pieces on the ground, he would follow them and follow you. And then you fall in love with my great Aunt Charlotte as her neck extends. And it's sad because Aunt Charlotte's got to go back to her home in upstate New York. And it's really sad because you see him go, and the whole time, goodbye, Elliot, ouch. And there's a lot of that finger pain thing I was talking about in the beginning.
Right.
And the movie's over. But it's Steven Spielberg, so it was done really well. And it was really good to see my great Aunt Charlotte again.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Now, if her voice was like that, though, was she a smoker?
She was at one time.
Oh.
Before she left, she was more like... she left us, by the way.
Oh,
But
sorry.
before she left us, she talked more like, "Pardon me, is the kitchen light on for a reason?" And then we would say, "No, the light's not on at all." "Repeat that again. You said it was on?" "No, it wasn't on." And, "Repeat it from was. I got the part in the beginning." That's sort of like what she sounded like, which is close to what the alien sounded like in E.T.
I understand.
And now we will have a little show and tell.
What you have for show and tell?
Show and tell.
Yeah.
So I went down to the Ben Franklin, got myself some candy, and was looking at the models. They had a couple spaceships that were pretty cool. But then I saw on the rack, they had some Renko monster figures. So I purchased myself the Phantom of the Opera
Very cool.
and the Wolfman and Dracula. Blah, blah. They also had the creature and Frankenstein's monster, but I didn't have enough money to get them. And they had like this nifty little play set that you could buy, that you could open up and it looked like a laboratory and stuff.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get that too, but like I said, I didn't have enough money. I bought too much candy. But they're really cool. They had these ones, and then they also had ones, I guess, that would glow in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
But that might have freaked me out a little bit while I was trying to sleep if I saw them sitting over on my dresser glowing
Staring
in the dark.
at you. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what my show and tell was. Did you get anything cool? You have anything cool?
I got something from my cousin that's amazing. My show and tell is I've got this VHS tape. Look at this sucker.
Nice.
And it is of
Oh, Evil Dead?
Evil Dead.
Huh.
My cousin was able to get what's called a bootleg copy of it. How he got it, I don't know. He said there was some guy named Vic who came out of the theater and was selling these for like $3 each. And he's like, I don't know. But he wants me to hold this for him. And so I've seen it a couple times. And I tell you what, this Evil Dead is probably one of the scariest things I've ever seen in my life.
Is it like that Faces of Death show?
Almost like that, except it's a movie. It's a movie about a guy named Ash who saves the world from these things called deadites, and they're like zombies, but they're pure evil, and it's really freaky. I mean, one girl gets stabbed in the leg with a pencil. They shove another one down in the basement, and like she's like, "I'm gonna swallow your soul. I'm gonna swallow your soul." And it's freaky.
That sounds freaky, and I'm kind of ashamed now that I was going to be afraid of some toy Phantom of the Opera.
Oh no, this freaks me out. I haven't slept right ever since. During the night, I keep hearing it, swallow your soul, and it's like,
So you sleep with the light on then?
yeah. And there's a lot of I. There's a lot of that.
I might skip that one for a little while.
Yeah, wait till it comes out on. You want to borrow this tape?
Okay.
And now it's time for the video game of the month.
You want to talk about the video game of the month, buddy?
Sure. Well, as I told you at the beginning of the show, I went and spent some of the summer with my grandparents. And for my birthday, they always take me to the Toys R Us.
Oh.
And I know. And I could pick out one thing. So what I got this year was called the Nintendo Play and Watch Donkey Kong.
Wow.
I know. It's a little handheld game. It's kind of an orangish color. And what you do is you have to go up the girders,
Right.
jump over things, and then there's the Donkey Kong's up there, and you jump onto these keys, and you got to grab the key. And then you fall back down, and you have to do it all over again. And after you get like 4 or 5 keys, I can't remember which, Donkey Kong falls down.
That's awesome.
And then you start all over again. But it is so cool. And not only is it a video game, but as the title says, it's play and watch. It's also an alarm clock.
So
I know, right?
It tells time, and then
It tells time, and you can play a game.
that just blew my mind right there.
I know. And it's all compact, and you can put it in your back pocket.
What?
Now, you might not want to, because if you sit on it, it's going to
gonna
break.
break.
Yeah, but it takes these little itty bitty batteries.
Like
It's not like a double A or a triple A or a D. It's these little itty bitty. It almost looks like a pill.
What if you accidentally mix it in with your morning pills and you take a battery instead?
Well, they're silver, and unless you're taking like zinc or some kind of metallic-looking pill, I don't think
Can you
would
get
mess it up.
arrested for, like, what if you accidentally put a dash of salt on that battery and then all of a sudden you get a salt and battery and then you go to jail? Can I play with it?
Sure. Here you go.
Thanks. I suck at this.
It takes some getting used to. But isn't the graphics pretty good?
This is
considering it's a
great
handheld game?
graphics. Dude, if I had this, I would never, ever put it down.
I know.
How's it feel?
And I didn't for the longest time, but after you've defeated it so many times,
You've gotten the brass ring of this particular item.
I've knocked him down several times. Yeah.
Man, thanks for letting me play with it. Here,
Hey, no
you
problem.
can have it back.
Thanks.
So here we are at the end, my friend.
Sad times.
Sad times. Matt, thank you so much for coming over and showing me all your stuff.
Anytime.
I appreciate it very much. I want to thank all of you who are listening to these tapes, and please remember that you can find these recordings down at the drug fair, the People's Drugs, the Dot Drugs. I understand that Fantles will be buying out People's Drug. That does not change the fact that the cassette tapes will be there. That's all on Main Street. All of the public libraries are really starting to take them now.
You can still get them from the Hookettes at Hooks.
That's right. A year ago, Matt, my buddy Matt, when he was 9, was putting it in the hooker store.
Yep. Hook store.
Oh, Hook store.
Hooks.
That's where the hookers work.
No, that's where the Hookettes work.
The Hookettes work. I'm sorry. I get my.
That's all right. They don't sell fish there. It's like a drugstore, so it's the Hookettes.
Oh,
The name of the store is Hooks.
Thank you.
It's a department store, and the people who work there are called Hookettes.
and next to them is Highs, which is quite coincidental. And Holly Farms is there, and all kinds of restaurants that are helping us out, which I thank them highly because they're not making any money off this. Nope. You know, it's just free give outs because we want to document history, and this is the best way we know how. So I hope this sheds a lot of light, if not a little, on life here in the 80s. We will continue to do these journals month to month as time grows on, with all the news, the entertainment, and the goodies that I can find. So we all look forward to talking to you again, and until next month, this is Matt saying
bye-bye.
All of Zerbinator's music and podcasts are under the Creative Commons license, which allows retelling and rebroadcasting as long as the author is notified and credited. For more great escape pods, please visit www.zerbinator.wordpress.com. If you would like to contact Zerbinatorland, you can send an email to instrumentally@gmail.com or give us a call at 571-408-ZERB or 9372.
Hello, my name is Zerbinator, and what you are about to hear is a part of a collection of audio journals that I did. Plus, I went part. And what you are about to hear...
Peas, popping peas. Peter Parcel Patterson's pet pig named Porky loved pie. He loved pizza pie, pumpkin pie, pineapple pie, pizza pie, minced tarts. Peter Parcel Patterson's pet pig named Porky ate pie in the morning, pie in the afternoon, pie for breakfast, and pie before he went to bed. Peter Parcel Patterson's pet pig named Porky ate so much pie, you know what he did?
He popped.